back to episode 17 of 11 Bang Gang. So today I got my first in-person guest, and I thought I'd save that for somebody special. We're in 2-4 for a long time. You went to Fox together, back in Echo together, knew each other for years after. One of what I consider one of my closest friends, Joshua Sust. So what's up, dude?
Thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
So, you know, for those of you who don't know, Josh hit an IED, got blown out of an Matt V. How many months into the deployment was that?
Just shy of 3.
Just shy of 3. So, yeah.
So November 12th, 2011.
Yeah. But we'll get into the details of all that junk later. All right, so where did you grow up?
I grew up outside of Cincinnati, Ohio, in a town called Coleraine Township.
And you, what year did you graduate? 06?
I graduated in 06, yes.
Do you remember 9/11 specifically?
Yeah, I was in the 7th grade, and I was actually in this football strategic program that was pretty cool. It was a board game. You rolled the dice, and you had different teams. I believe I was the Colts. But, yeah, they rolled the video in. Everybody was just sitting there, and then, like, you just kind of saw everything happening before your eyes.
So they let y'all watch it on TV?
Yeah. They rolled the TV in back in the day. You had the straps on, everything.
Yeah, the old
school.
The old school. Yeah, for those of you young cats, the old school, they didn't have TVs mounted on the wall and shit. Yeah, dude, I felt like we were the only school that didn't watch it. Like, we literally did.
Well, you're a lot younger than I am.
Only 2 years. So you were in the 7th grade?
I'm 39 years old, Alex.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
Not 2 years. You fucking retard.
Well, I remember it being, I remember like, I don't know if we came home early, but I remember getting off the school bus. I remember walking inside. I remember mom and dad sitting on the couch, and they're like watching the TV, and they're replaying like the towers from earlier that morning, and I was like, what's going on? And they were like, we can't explain it to you. Like, they were like,
nobody knew what was going on.
You're too young. You were too young. So did you have any family in the military?
My father was in the Army. My grandfather did not serve, but my great grandfather did. Okay. He was in World War II.
Was it what branch?
He was in the Army also.
Okay. So what made you join the military? Because like for you, same way as me, we grew up watching the war, high school, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, the way it all, 9/11 definitely really affected me. It definitely put that seed in my head to want to serve my country, but I probably didn't realize that at like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And, high school, I was at a public school, hanging out with the wrong people, doing dumb shit with my hood rat friends. And I saw the path that they were going down. People were in jail. We started popping the pills. You know, people were taking oxys all the time. It was just a thing to do back then. And half of them are either dead from ODs or, hooked on heroin or trying to get off heroin and on methadone.
Man.
So that was the path. That was the people I was hanging out with.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to make a choice to get out of this environment or I'm going to be that.
Right. But did you talk to the recruiter at school or did you go to the recruiter?
I went as soon as I turned 18 years old. I went to the recruiter's office.
Why did you choose the Marine Corps over the Army?
I wanted to go to war.
Yeah.
And the Army didn't appease me. My dad was in the Army, and the Marine Corps is supposed to be the best of the best. And I was like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, so it was the best thing. Yeah, that's what got you. Yeah. Do you remember watching any of the Marine Corps commercials?
Of course, man. The dude would climb up and slay the dragon. Who can forget that one?
No. Did you hear about the dragon sword recently?
No.
So the guy posted somewhere on one of the vet websites and on Facebook or pages, and he bought the sword. So the guy, the filmmaker, he found him and then found the sword and he was bought it. I don't know how much you paid for it, but he has it in a fucking display case.
That's pretty cool.
And he was holding it. It's big as shit, dude. I was like, I don't remember that sword being that big.
Yeah, he slays a dragon, then his dress blues, and it's like the few, the proud, the Marines.
Yeah, and then it turns into the NCO sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think everybody remember that commercial. Everybody was talking about it in the comments, and they were like, motherfucker, that shit made me join. They were like, the Marine Corps did have way better commercials than the Army. The Army's commercials were garbage.
Well, yeah. It didn't even faze me. And then like and realistically, like I didn't know there was any jobs outside the Marine Corps besides infantry.
Oh yeah, you were just like, we fight shit.
Yeah, I was like, all right, this is what we do.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's not enough. Everybody's like in the infantry of the Marine Corps.
So you didn't know shit. Like you didn't study any of that.
No, I didn't study anything until they made me like study my general orders and stuff and like DEP.
Oh yeah. So did you join the DEP at 17?
I joined at 18. So I was a junior at 18 years old in high school.
Oh, okay. So
I was able to join. Right. And like I go home, I tell my mom, like, I joined the Marine Corps.
What'd she say?
She's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, yes, I did.
Was she mad about it?
No, I just think it probably scared her because Iraq was just, kicking off.
Popping. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all on TV. So, I mean, you got to think graduated 2006. So this was around 2005.
Yeah.
I was 18. So, yeah.
But it really, that's when the insurgency started because OIF 2 was when it started to kick back hot.
Mm-hmm.
And, they went in 3, 4, 5, and 5's when people started getting fucked up over there. So,
and then that moto video from 3-1, right? When they were in Iraq, Fallujah, and then like, it's the song. Oh, what's in it? The name of that song? It's Seether.
Oh, I don't remember.
Get out of my way.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. And then like they show a door blowing up. I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Because so I read in high school, 3-1's book called We Were One about the Battle of Fallujah.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit right there, like that was, it sold me. I was like, okay, yeah. Like, and that was details, because that's like talking about door kicking and shit. And I just remember being like, yeah, nah, this is what the fuck I want to do, So did you go in the recruiter's office? I mean, because a lot of people that don't know or don't fight with the recruiter, they end up getting a job they didn't want. So obviously you went in there and got infantry. So
there wasn't no time frame. They needed bodies.
The surge. Yeah. Okay. So they were just like, yeah,
let's do it. When can you leave?
Shit. So you were on what side of the Mississippi?
I'm on the east side.
So you went to Parris Island?
Yes.
Okay. So question I ask every single guest has gotten this question. And it's my most consistent question is expectation versus reality. You knew your dad was in the Army. I don't know if he ever talked to you about it. Your grandfather was in the Army.
My great-grandfather.
Right. Your great-grandfather. So what you expected boot camp to be like? And
I had no idea. I just knew it was going to suck from people that were still in.
Okay. So that expectation, how was it compared to what you thought it was going to be?
I mean, it was different. I mean, they make you, first off, I had to ride that bus all the way from, Indianapolis, I think, that we had to do the MEPS. And then we got on a bus and drove all the way down to Parris Island, South Carolina.
So you didn't fly?
We didn't fly, no. Shit. And I've never been on a plane anyway at this time. So I just rode a bus forever with everybody else. And then you get there and they tell you to put your fucking head down and like, all right, this shit. And then you call my mom and you read that speech off the phone. I can't remember what it says. And then they keep you up for like 48 hours.
Yeah, that was fucking terrible. Yeah. Anything in boot camp that stood out?
Yeah. It was like one of the times I saw some real racist shit go down. Besides like name calling or calling somebody the N-word. But dude, there's these like country boys. There's either 3 or 4 of them. Don't remember their names at all. But there's this black kid. I remember they ripped his ass off the top rack onto the concrete deck.
Oh, shit.
And then they went in the bathroom and they started fighting. So like I'm banging on the drill instructor's hats trying to let him know. He's like, what? And then like, that was it. I'd never seen any shit like that, dude. That was wild.
Man. See that? I was talking to a dude about that the other day because that was the thing that I was telling him. It's like he was saying that he was from, I can't remember where he was from, but he was saying that when he went to boot camp, he had never seen black people. He's like, dude, I had one black person in my like town.
Yeah.
And he said, but for me, I joined the Marine Corps and had never seen that many Mexicans. That shit shocked me. Like, we got country Mexicans down here, not fucking.
Yeah, so we didn't have really many Mexicans back home at that time. But I had a good friend, Eric. He was Mexican. I used to hang out with him. He wasn't doing good things either.
Yeah.
But like him, his brother name was Mickey, and then his mom, and then like half the crew members they had like living in this house behind them. And then we go over there like every Friday after school. We walk from school to their house because it wasn't that far, maybe like a mile and a half. And then, eat some real good food.
Yeah.
That's when I fell in love with tamales.
Well, like, yeah, but like you don't like Cincinnati seems like it was probably a pretty blended place. Like, the like black and white people got along, I
don't know about get along, but
yeah, but like down here, I grew up and starkly remember like certain country people that just develop racism from their parents. At this point, it's a passed on thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
parents are racist. You're probably going to be. And so I knew kids like that. They were like, man, fuck them motherfuckers. And they were like country boys. But it's funny because like it's getting better. Like I went to a football game recently and I have never seen so many black and white kids like in the same groups. And I remember looking at Paige and going, we're making fucking progress, because it wasn't like that when I was in high school. Like you had all the black folks was sitting with them. You might have a couple intermixed, but like it was pretty stark back then.
Yeah, I mean, high school was always segregated.
Yeah. But like you had never seen somebody be like straight up like fucking.
No, I'd never seen like anybody like try to fight somebody because they were black. No.
Oh yeah.
Just the N-word I heard a lot. My father said it constantly.
Oh yeah.
So I grew up with that. So that was always interesting.
Yeah, it's always funny too because you like down here, like you'll talk to like an 85-year-old man and you'll be talking to him, he'll just drop the N-word. You'll be like, "What the fuck, dude?" But it's different times, man.
Yeah,
like, he grew up in a different era, and it's like that shit ain't the same anymore.
No, but it doesn't mean it was right.
No, it's not. It's not right. But what it is too, like the military showed me real quick that motherfuckers can get along whatever color they are. Cause it's like when there's a common cause and a common purpose, it's fucking whatever. That's childish shit, dude.
Right. 100%. And then like in the military, everyone gets just put together. No one knows. You don't choose.
Yeah.
You're just with all these random people that become like one of the closest friends you'll ever have.
Yeah. Yeah. And I never thought about it. And we had shit. I think the only thing we didn't have, trying to think. Shit, yeah, we had everything. We even had an Indian kid. Shit, yeah. But anyway, they okay, so that anything else from boot camp? I usually don't unless there's some wild story.
No, I mean, we just got fucked with. There's nothing crazy. I mean, drill instructors hit people. We saw that. But I mean, it's the same shit for everybody. You got to think I was there in 06. Yeah. So.
What battalion?
I was in 1st Battalion Alpha Company.
Oh, shit. 1st Battalion. All right. I was 3rd, so we thought we were hot shit.
Yeah, because you guys were in the back and really got fucked with.
Yeah,
we were up front and center.
Yeah, y'all were near the CP and shit about battalion.
And I saw the highway every night and just see them cars drive by. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here.
So you graduated and then you go to SOI.
I go to SOI at Camp Geiger.
Oh, see, I never went
in North Carolina.
I didn't go to Geiger. So yeah. So you went to Geiger. How was that?
It was worse than boot camp.
Yeah, that's what I said. So I was talking to a guy a couple episodes ago, and he was like, "You didn't like SOI?" I was like, "I fucking hated SOI. Everything about it sucked. It just the instructors didn't give a fuck about you, and like you feel like you're a Marine. You go in there with a little bit of confidence, and then they just crush your fucking soul for months." And
I mean, you're basically nothing, and you're just kind of learning the basic of what an infantryman do or whatever you want to choose. If you want to be a machine gunner, an assaultman, or a mortarman.
Yeah. And you didn't want to do any of that shit?
No, I just wanted a fucking rifle.
Yeah. I said I didn't want to carry that heavy ass machine gun because I weighed like $135 back then. Actually, I think I weighed about 120 in SOI. So I was like, this skinny motherfucker. And then I got to the fleet and they gave me a saw. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that kind of just happens.
Yeah.
To everybody.
So you get to the fleet, you go out to California, you get orders 2-4.
Yep. First time on a plane.
Oh, how was that?
It was fine.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me at all.
But like, yeah, that must have been weird though. That was the first time I flew with the military when I flew out to California. I'd never flown. And I was just like, this is fucking wild. Like,
and it's the first time like I've ever been that far away. I mean, I didn't really my family and I didn't really go on vacations. We went on one vacation one time to like South Carolina, and that was it.
Yeah, so yeah, this farthest you've ever been away from home.
Yeah, besides like states next door.
That was the same. We went to Florida, but I had never been past the Mississippi. And so that was wild. And then like when we got to California, I remember the thing that I looked at was like, there are no fucking trees. Cause you same way, you're from Ohio. So did that like strike you as like kind of weird, or were you just like, yeah, it's California?
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, it's a big city. It's all concrete. So yeah, it was definitely strange.
Yeah. So you get to Pendleton, first impression of checking into a new unit.
Well, I was lucky because all of my senior Marines were currently deployed on the 13th MU and were in Ramadi at the time. So it was all RBE and shipbags that were left behind. So it was like, I didn't have to like call anybody by their rank. It was chill. It was relaxed. It was real nice. And I was like, oh, I finally made it.
Yeah.
And then
psych.
They get back. They come back and then like they just tell us all, if you're a boot. I'm like, what's a boot? You know, grab our packs and grab our gear. We unloaded all their crap.
Yeah.
And then it was just fuck gains ever since then.
That's all I was saying. Y'all got hazed like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, they're all drinking, having a good time, and just like they're all angry, right? Like I didn't understand that part of things, but now that I've been there and kind of seen the things that they saw and been involved in what I've been in, it's just like, okay, I understand why they did that.
You get it. Yeah. Like,
they're just taking it out on somebody.
Yeah. Cause it's hard to describe. Like I remember getting to the fleet, and even though my seniors was your first deployment, so you were my senior technically. But like that was the thing about that was like y'all fucked with us. And then we, but at the same time, it was like, then we found out, oh, they just went on the fucking 13th MU. So, or not 13th, but the
11th,
31st.
31st, right?
31st, yeah. So it's like, then we were like, they didn't do shit. But like you guys,
we didn't do shit.
Yeah, but it's like, but your seniors, like when you got there, they fucking did some shit.
Oh yeah,
you know, what I'm
dude,
saying?
I didn't rate hair until like halfway through the MU.
Holy shit! See, my that wasn't something we did.
Thanks, Caldwell and Velez.
Yeah. So you did. So that So that just sucked. That whole train up, everything. And
yeah, I mean, being on the ship, but we flew to Oki. We stayed at Camp Hansen, so it was basically like just being deployed.
Yeah,
and or not deployed, but being back in the rear, and then we would chop over to the ship for like 3 months.
Yeah. And y'all did like jungle warfare training and shit.
Yeah, we did JWTC. Well, they did. I didn't finish. I rolled down a cliff. So Caldwell, we were in the jungle, and I was a saw gunner too. And he said like, stay here. And then like he slid down. So I thought I could go, and I slid down with the saw. I fucking dropped like 15 feet off this ledge into the creek bed and ran right in front of Moody. And he's like, I thought you were dead.
Damn. So yeah, but how long was it after you got to the fleet that you deployed?
We did a workup, right? It was a quick workup. Maybe 6 months.
Yes.
Maybe 5. Right. We went to 29 Palms for the first time. But to backtrack, a point I really want to make is, so obviously my seniors get back, right? And just like we had the KIA ceremony for the boys we lost.
Yeah.
They had theirs. And the boots had to go. And the seniors did not want us there. They're like, they don't fucking rate. They don't deserve this.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
So we get there, and then like you hear their names. And this is the first time I've ever been involved with this. So like this is when kind of shit was like, oh, okay. But you still don't understand because you weren't there with them.
Right. Yeah.
Well, one of the retards in our platoon fell asleep in the middle of this ceremony.
Oh, shit.
Dude, they kicked his ass, and then they boot him out at 2-4.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Oh, yeah. They were we didn't deserve to be there.
Right.
At all.
Yeah. They had that up there at the 5th Marine Memorial.
Yeah. Right there at the parade deck.
Yeah. Dude, that's wild. Yeah. So they did all that. When you went to 29 Palms real quick, you were a saw gunner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit sucked, didn't it?
Yeah, we were living in tents. Like we had those 2-man tents we popped up and put them all in line and shit.
See, what the fuck? Every time
on all that slate.
Every time we went to the field, so I talked to East Coast dudes, and hopefully some of my dudes listening can hit me up and be like, yeah, he's right. All the East Coast Marines told me that every time they went to the field, they had a tent. But like every time we went to the field, we never, like, I don't know, you said you took it on yours, but again, I wasn't there yet. But like from 2008 to when we went to Afghanistan, we never used tents in the field except Bridgeport.
Right. But when I was there, yeah, even in SOI, we used tents.
Yeah, I don't remember using a tent, and that's why we slept under the fucking stars, bro.
No.
Like, that's weird. Like, when they stopped, I guess they stopped issuing them or something.
Yeah, because they're a pain in the ass to carry.
Yeah, that's what somebody told me. That's what the guy from the East Coast said. He said they fucking suck. But it rains over there all the time, so he's like, you don't want to get fucking rained on. I'm like, shit, we got rained on in the fucking field without a fucking tent.
Yeah, so then, like, in 29 Palms, you got to get out your E-tool and fucking move all that shell rock and put your tent down.
Yeah.
Then your ISO mat. Yeah. And then, of course, you're on Firewatch because you're a boot.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, the motherfucking Firewatch. Yeah, so...
But it wasn't like a full, like, training course with 29 Palms. It was a short one.
Oh, so y'all didn't do the full-blown, like...
CACs. No.
Yeah, CACs, yeah. Yeah, because y'all were just going to Oki. Yeah. So Oki pretty much just get drunk all the time. Did y'all...
Yeah, there was training. We PT'd every day. It was hot and humid all the time. And then we had that Jungle Warfare Training Center.
Yeah.
That I started in, but didn't get to complete, and then some other shit. But yeah.
But like compared to, so you went on the 11th, and we'll get to that in a second. You went on the 11th MEU after that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the 31st is like...
We call it the 30 worst for a reason.
Nah, yeah, I've heard that. But like, I mean, comparatively MEU to MEU, the 11th MEU is more like official.
More of a deployment, yeah, because you got to think back at the barracks, we would all go at Camp Hansen, go to the Palms and get fucking pitchers of beer and get drunk all the time.
Dude, could you drink under 21? There?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I turned 21 there.
Yeah.
And I was legally allowed to drink, but no. But if you were a Lance Corporal or below, I think you could only buy a 6-pack of beer at a time.
Right. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. Yeah. Because they've had a lot of trouble over there.
Oh, yeah. We would always fight with the comm Marines over there.
Oh, shit.
What was it? 7th comm, I think it was.
Oh, yeah. I used to get in fights with them.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
They would try to jump grunts for whatever reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. I didn't know that. Damn. Okay. Yeah, but so anyway, y'all get back from that. That's when I get there. We do that workup. We had that fucking crazy captain start, for those of you who fucking remember that guy. And then Mr. Incredible.
Gunny
Mac. Shout out Gunny Mac. And we do that workup, that deployment. How was that compared to like the first workup you did?
It was a complete workup, so it was different.
It was different, yeah. And then we go on the 11th MEU. I don't think there wasn't nothing crazy happening out there unless you got something that stands out on the MEU.
Nah, man, we just partied.
Yeah, we just, yeah.
It was a booze cruise, right? So
yeah. We went to Thailand, Malaysia, fucking. Y'all went to. Your second platoon went to Bahrain and did all that desert training.
Yeah, but I wasn't with them, right? So I was attached to combat cargo at that time.
Oh shit! Oh, you got the skate job. Yeah, so did I, because I was third, and because we were the assault platoon, we stayed on the deck and did all that fucking react shit for the special forces coming out.
Yeah, I didn't do
Yemen.
Yeah, 11th.
Yeah, combat cargo's the shit, dog. Yeah, you got hooked up. So then you lead that. We come back from that. We get boot drop. We get ready to work up to go to Afghanistan in 2011.
Yeah, because Echo Company got deployed to Marja.
So you did you just...
I did not make the cut. No.
You didn't make the cut. Yeah, to go to the mini det. Yeah,
because it was all volunteer, right? And then they selected who they wanted, the best of the best. And at that point in time, it was definitely not the best of any best. So yeah, I didn't make the cut because you got to think all my peers were getting out.
Yeah.
So it was just you guys that were left, and then we got another boot camp.
Oh, yeah. So you had to have re-enlisted during this time. So when did you...
I re-enlisted in Djibouti, Africa.
Okay. Why did you re-enlist?
Because I didn't go to war.
Okay, so you were like, yeah, I got it. I can't...
I feel like I didn't do my job.
So you were like, yeah, I can't do 2 MEUs.
Right.
Yeah.
And then in my head, I was like, oh, I'm going to make this a career. Because what else do I got? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, at that point in time, I was just like, all right, I'm going to re-enlist. And then I wanted to go to the next unit that was getting deployed to Afghan. So I deferred my duty station.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you deferred because we were deploying to Afghanistan.
Well, I didn't know that, right? We were supposed to go on another mute.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to go on the 11th.
No, we weren't going back on the 11th.
We're going on 31st.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I deferred my duty station. I tried to go to 3-5. They weren't taking NCOs at the time, which is probably a blessing in disguise. If you look back on things and what happened to those guys. Shout out to all the Dark Horse guys I know. Mm-hmm. And then I called the monitor and said, well, okay, who's going next? And he said 1-4. I was like, all right, I guess I'll go there.
Yeah.
Right down the road, right in Horno. So a couple weeks go by. I'm supposed to leave in a couple days to check in. The 1-4, Lieutenant DeMaria calls me to his office. He's like, Corporal Sust, you don't want to go to 1-4. And I'm like, why? And he's like, well, I'm not supposed to tell you. I'm like, well, you better tell me because I'm supposed to leave. He's like, we're switching, but don't say anything. I was like, all right. So I called the monitor up again and I was like, hey, I want to stay with 2-4. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
And that was it. So I was lucky enough to stay my whole time with 2-4 until I got hit.
Yeah, this will be a third deployment. Yeah, because this is when actually the reason they did that is because I don't know if this was true, but this is somebody told me this, that the headquarters of Marine Corps said that no more units were going to go MEU, or Afghan. They had to swap, they had to rotate in and off of a combat deployment. So that's why 2-4 got swapped, allegedly. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, like, did you like the group of guys you had?
Yeah.
Because you're a team leader at this point?
Leader. I know where we're going. I've never been there, but we had great unit leaders. So, we had Staff Sergeant Maxwell, who's been deployed multiple times.
Yeah.
Seen combat. He was in Marja with the Echo Company. Then we had Zach Cozy. He came from 2-7. He was in combat. Sweet. He came from somewhere in Hawaii. I don't remember. Maybe 3-3. So we had him. And then Nick, he was in Afghanistan in Marja. So that was all our squad leaders. So we felt pretty good about it. From what we trained and did the best of our ability and, good old, what's his name? Why can't I think of coach's name?
Oh, Flynn?
Yeah, Flynn. And then he trained us the way he wanted to train us, which was way different than, Captain Stark Gunny Mac.
Yeah.
Which was nice. And, just, all right, this is what we trained for. This is what we're ready for.
Yeah. Yeah. So did you ever read The Bear Went Over the Mountain, the book? You never read that? D. Maria showed it to me. So I know he read it, your lieutenant, because it's like a book. You know what it is?
No.
Oh, so it was a book. And I didn't know this until later in the deployment, that a Russian lieutenant wrote about when they went to Afghanistan in the 1980s, and he had individual ambushes drawn. And what was happening was we were getting caught in the exact same ambushes in the exact same places, like 50 or I'm terrible with math, however many years later. And so it was great to read because even some of the shit from Musa Kayla was in there in RAO. And so he was reading it and I was like, I should probably fucking read that, but I never did. But
Nah, man, I didn't do a lot of reading then. I mean, we were just training,
doing
our thing. And then, we get off work and get drunk and go out and try to find some ladies.
You didn't get any legal trouble in the Marine Corps?
No, not until I got hurt.
Yeah. But it's funny because I read now that I'm older and I'm like, dude, I should have read like half of these books before we went to Afghanistan.
Oh yeah. I mean, I made, my team, we watched, Obama's War on YouTube.
I don't think
I did after work one day. I wanted to set the guys in and be like, hey, this is where we're going.
Yeah.
Let's watch this and see what it's really about.
Right. Now, I've talked to other guys about this, and I'm sure it was the same way with you. In SOI, all through the 11th MU, probably the 31st, your seniors, everything's all about Iraq. You know, you're going to kick doors in, you're going to die because you're going to be the number one man, you know, all that crazy shit. At 3-dimensional warfare, walking down city streets, trash everywhere. It's all an IED. All the shit from Iraq was constantly taught to us. And then, like, it felt like a bomb got dropped when they were like, you're going to Afghanistan. And I was like, fuck, I don't know anything about this country except it's big.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So did y'all talk to anybody?
Yeah, we had Cozy and Sweet. And Crandall,
right.
all the squad leaders have been to Afghan.
Oh, that's right. Three of your squad leaders had already been there. That's right. I knew one of them, but yeah. So they filled everybody in like, hey, this is what you need to know. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So we go over there. What's your first impressions of Afghanistan? Because I went Adbon, but y'all flew. And where'd y'all fly into? Bastion?
Well, we first flew into Manas, I think, and stayed there for a couple of days. And then we flew into Leatherneck.
Yeah, Bastion. Yeah. Well, if you were in the wing, they get mad when you call the whole damn thing Leatherneck. But so what? You had never been to the desert other than 29 Palms, so I mean, pretty much it's like a giant 29 Palms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if there was anything you thought about that. We get helicopters. Where y'all go next?
We went after we left, I guess, Bastion. We went to PB Rogers.
Yeah. So yeah.
But in my mind, like I thought the birds are gonna touch down. We're gonna take like fire immediately. But that never happened.
Yeah. Were you like asshole clenching on that first ride out? You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, a little bit. Because you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of looking out the window and looking out the back and all right, this is Afghanistan.
This is it.
We're here.
The thing is there's nothing to see in the Helmand. You know, it's all fucking flat, wadis, and shit like that. It's there's nothing. There's not like up north where it's like fucking super good looking up there.
Right.
So y'all fly straight from Bastion to PB Rogers, or y'all come in the main?
No, we went straight to Rogers, I believe.
To Rogers. Y'all might have. I don't remember. It's been a while. So y'all get there, set up stuff. How what did you think of the left seat, right seat patrols you had to do with the other unit?
We would go to like outside the wire, and that's really your first pucker effect, right? So and these guys wouldn't even be condition 1.
Shit, what?
Yeah, they're like, we're not going to take contact here.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah,
because they knew what was up. They've been there all the time, so they're getting ready to leave. They knew where you would take contact, and then they're like, no, you're not going to take it here. You'll take it over there, but you won't take it over here.
Take it over here, yeah. So they took y'all to like safe areas. Well, because they don't want to get any shit either. They're 100%. Like, we're fucking done. Yeah, like, I ain't getting nobody killed last fucking week. Now, were you like? Because I know like every unit we do this is like the new unit that gets there that has no experience in combat, especially like fucking boot new. Guys are like, they get there and they're like, you motherfuckers ain't doing this, and you didn't do your fucking PCIs and this shit, and like, like I'm assuming there was a lot of that because you were.
Oh yeah, I mean there was definitely like we all had to redo all the posts, make those better. Just police call around the PB, and then we had to like load ammo all the time, clean the ammo. All this other shit.
Yeah, so you got to do all the shit they wasn't fucking doing. Yeah. When did y'all take, so they left, when did y'all take contact for the first time?
I didn't take contact till we went to Shergazi.
Oh, shit. Okay.
The first patrol out of Shergazi, we took contact.
Yeah. Okay. How long did y'all stay at Rogers? Because we shut that down, right?
Yeah, I mean, it had to be at least 2 months, I say.
Yeah.
And then everybody consolidated at Shergazi.
How was the patrols at Rogers? Was it like them first couple months? Was it like, what the fuck? And I'm sure at some point somebody got the attitude where they were like, we're not going to see shit. Because you know what I'm saying? You spent 2 months not seeing shit. That's fucking.
Yeah, we did take contact a couple times. I remember Stewie, you could see it on the G-Boss, but he was taking indirect fire and he was running. It was just rounds like trying to hit him while he was running. It was wild.
Yeah.
But that was really it. I mean, I think maybe first squad took contact out at PB Rogers, second squad. I don't know about third squad. We never did for sure. Second squad.
Yeah. No, I think, well, that's what I was talking to one of the other guys about from 2-4 with Echo. I was like, I think second platoon took the first contact because I remember D. Marie on the radio. I remember that. I remember him on the radio because I remember I was on duty and it was in the evening times. It was at night. And I think maybe it's hard to fucking tell because the CP's fucking dark.
It wasn't at night. It was middle of the day.
Yeah, it might have been. But I remember it because I remember listening to, like, you know, that's the first time you're listening to somebody on the radio that's doing something that you're like, oh shit, you know. But yeah, so y'all come back to Shergazi and then y'all are running patrols out of there, out of the main company.
Yeah, so we were rotating, right? There would be one squad down at Shergazi, and then you'd have the picket, and then you'd have post, and then we would rotate out of PB Rogers until we shut that down.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we all moved to Shergazi, and then that's when we did all the other stuff.
Y'all were spread pretty thin if you were running.
Maybe we weren't running that way. See, it's like some stuff gets confusing for me. So I think maybe it was I think we did one squad would rotate down the PB Rogers. Yeah, it had to because first squad was down there, and that's how I heard about Ben when they got back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was probably just only one.
Yeah. 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 So so when y'all got back to Shergazi, you've reminded me of a question I haven't asked anybody, and that's a good question. It's like, I know what's going on with everybody because I'm constantly going with Flynn everywhere. And then on top of that, I'm doing like different runs. There's different platoons rotating in and out.
Right.
Of the
You're
CP.
getting the bigger picture.
Oh yeah. I hear everything, like all the rumors, everything. Well, I take that back. There is the fucking rumor king, but I heard most of what happened. But like you guys, so you get back to like fucking Shergazi, and then you find out about like all this shit with like Schmidt getting killed on the first operation.
Yeah.
And all this.
Well, I was
shit.
on G-Boss watch when that happened.
Yeah. But like, it's like, you know, you hear about more shit.
And, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like when it became real, right? So like when Ben got killed, that's when it really felt real.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't listened to all the episodes, one of our snipers on our first operation got shot by one of our own tanks, Benjamin Schmidt, rest in peace, dude. So that was a big deal. That put like for a lot of people, that was like, oh shit, you know. And then we had also had an EOD guy step on an IED.
At Ugly Hill, yeah.
Yeah, at Ugly Hill. So like now shit's starting to kind of, you know, starting to get hot, you know. I mean, and then you run your first contact out of Chicago.
But that was before EOD.
That was before all that.
Yeah, that was before the push to Ugly Hill. So I don't remember the day we took contact, but yeah, we were in patrol with the A&A.
Yeah. And
I remember we crossed the Wadi and we went up this little dirt road on top of that hill, and he was like, Taliban, Taliban, Taliban. And next thing you know, rounds are impacting. I'm fucking excited like a fucking mad person.
Yeah.
And then like I'm trying to like get on the radio, contact DeMaria, and I'm like fucking a mess.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like everything's so quick and fast. And I'm just spewing shit out of my mouth, and he comes over the hook like, hey, just calm down, say it slowly, let me know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Just give me the information.
Right.
Yeah. 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 And so y'all, was that like a short lived, not too much?
I mean, we took some fire and then it would stop. We shot some small rockets at the fellas and then the Taliban. And then every time we would try to pick up and move, they would shoot at us again. But every time the A&A would pick up and move, they would never shoot at them.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting also.
Wow. I never heard that.
Yeah, so every time we pick up and move, we take contact.
Yeah. So
every single time. We had to wait till dark.
Yeah, you couldn't withdraw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel like you being a team leader, you're just as boot as your fucking boots as far as combat? Like, yeah, you got more experience in the game.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? This is everybody's
I was still a boot. I had Chavez shave my head before we went to Afghanistan.
Did you really?
Yeah. I sure did.
I can see you doing some shit like that.
I had to. I just felt like it was the rite of passage.
That's good. That's good. So yeah, so how do you feel like you performed on that first time?
Dude, I probably performed like shit.
Well, no, I'm saying like you met your expectations.
I mean, I didn't freeze. I did what I was taught, so I felt good about it. You know, it was a hell of an adrenaline rush.
Nobody got hurt.
No one got hurt. First contact.
Yeah.
Finally make it back. It's dark. Go to the boys. 6 minute jock, and I'll be like, hey, you don't have to call me Corporal Sust anymore. You call me Josh, and you can have hair. So it's just like, hey, this is new.
That had to be weird for them because they were like, oh, he's not going to be like a fucking dick anymore, you know?
Yeah, I tried to be more relaxed, and I was definitely a dick to the boots, 100%.
I know you were.
I was an asshole.
Yeah. Because I knew you personally, and then also like as an NCO, and so it was funny. It was funny to see both sides. But you know, like it's like I tell guys, man, like that's how it's got to be. Like, because them motherfuckers got to be able to listen to you when you say, like, whatever it is, no matter how crazy it is, they've got to fucking do it. And not just do it now.
Right.
Because that's what saves lives. And, you know, a lot of people think that's hazing. They can think what they think about it. But, like, that's real shit right there. Damn.
But, I mean, looking back on it now, there's definitely other ways you could do things.
Yeah,
but that's just, I didn't know any different, right? So that's how my seniors treated me. And that's just the way it was brought up in my generation.
Yeah. Until somebody breaks the cycle, that it is what it is. You know, I think there's a line between being like, you know, they have to be, not subservient's the wrong word, but they have to be disciplined versus like you just, and there's always going to be fun games like sending kids to the armory and being like, hey, go get the fucking keys to the Humvee or batteries for the kid, you know, or just sending them to the armory and fucking with them and just, you know, whatever. But like, there's a difference between making somebody feel like they're not human and not being like, yeah, you're a real person. Like you ain't got to be like, you're a man, but you know, you just, you know, treat somebody less than a human. But yeah. So y'all do that. I'm assuming y'all did some more shit. So then y'all probably started doing a bunch of patrols and
not too much for me, man. I mean, you got to think we did November 10th. We did the push to Ugly Hill.
Yeah.
We did some more patrols before that and took contact, but the push to Ugly Hill was really the first time I saw an IED go off.
Oh shit. How's that?
It didn't scare me or anything.
Yeah.
You just heard the bang and you saw the smoke on top of the hill, and then you hear over the net what happened. And then I saw them carry out the EOD tech. His first name's Josh. I don't know his last name. But we actually ran into each other at Balboa Hospital. But yeah, you could see his foot and like bandaged up, but it was flayed open.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But shit had already kind of, but like, did that feel like that was the real shit? Like when all that shit happened, you were like, okay, yeah, now people can get hurt.
Well, no, Ben was the first one.
Ben was the first. Yeah. Because you knew Ben pretty well.
I knew him personally.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. Is like, there's always someone. Like for me, it was when fucking, what's his name got blown up?
Fox.
Yeah. When Fox got blown up, I was like, oh shit. Like it's like, I know this guy, you know? And that was like, for me, that was like, oh shit. Yeah. He got real. But, so then, when do y'all, I don't know, anything crazy happened between then and when y'all went down to?
No, I don't remember anything crazy really. Yeah, I mean, we just did that push to Ugly Hill. That took forever. Took contact there, had that IED go off, and then it had been the 10th. So the 11th, second squad set up in that ambush all night. And then next day I got hit. So
yeah. So when you got hit, you were driving, when you were passenger seat, you were vehicle commander in an MRAP or Matt V. Fuck, I keep saying MRAP. I said it twice. Matt V. So IED hits the corner of that truck, right? Or like the right tire, passenger tire, correct, right where you're sitting.
Yep.
And so fucking, you get ejected out of the fucking truck. And so you don't remember anything. It's just like you were there.
The last thing I remember is I saw the big bright light,
and it was like,
it was very peaceful.
Yeah.
Everything was very quiet. I was floating, and then my last memory before I woke up on the ground was I saw my Kevlar come off my head.
Shit. So then they don't medevac you right there on the spot, do they?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Where'd they take you?
They took me to Bastion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And they didn't. Shit. Did you didn't have like a total lost leg or anything?
No. So I didn't know my injuries at the time. I knew my left arm was broken and had compound fractures because Lauk told me. And I get the badge. The first thing I want to do is call my mom.
Yeah.
Right. So like I know the Marine Corps is going to reach out to her, but I feel like it'd be better if it comes from me.
Right.
So I call, no answer the first time. They take me back. I believe they did a washout of my arm. And then I called her again and she finally answers the phone. And she answers and I'm like, Mom, she's like, oh, Josh, it's so good to hear your voice. I was like, don't freak out. I just got blown up. Apparently that's not what you're supposed to say to your mother. But she freaked out.
Oh, I bet.
She handed the phone to my brother. Then he was like, hello. And I was like, hey, I got blown up. I'm going back for surgery. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye. That was it.
They had given you pain meds at this point, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were like, yeah.
Yeah, I got pain meds on the bird.
Do you vividly remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was short, but yes, I
yeah.
Very.
You remember the bird ride back on the medevac helicopter?
Yeah, it was cold.
Oh, yeah. So that was your impression of that. Yeah. Yeah. They say anything to you on the bird? I never asked anybody that.
No, she just said she was going to take good care of me. And away we went. I was fucking cold because I was only like $135 at that time.
Yeah. Was there ever a point like after you got, so, you said that it happens so fast, right? You get blown out of the truck, then they take you to the other truck. They got to take you to the LZ. You told me about being in the back of the other truck with Lauk, the shout out Lauk.
Well, no, I was in the back with Lauk. I was in the back with Swafford.
Yeah.
He was throwing me cigarettes in the back of the MRAP because I didn't have any pain medicine.
How long did it take for the medevac to get there? Well, you probably
I have
remember.
no idea.
Yeah. I would say probably talking to that medevac pilot where they were stationed, probably 10, 15 minutes. So that's probably why you went through a few smokes. Yeah. But
that was a fast smokes, dude. I was trying to fucking calm the fuck down.
Yeah. So that was my next question. So yeah, I didn't want to jump ahead too quick. I don't want to get in super duper detail, but never haven't really have anybody on here that that one dude got medevac, but I never asked him this question. Was at any point were you scared that you were too fucked up?
No.
So you were just at that time you were just wanted to get somewhere to get fixed.
The most vulnerable I felt was laying on that ground.
Yeah.
That was a scary feeling because you're at the point. I mean, I was helpless at the time, trying to figure out what was going on. It was chaos. We got the ICOM chatter that they were setting up snipers in their positions and they could see us.
Right.
So we had to get off the X as fast as we could.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, because me and Josh had talked about this and fucking you were the squad leader.
Well, there was no squad leader at the time.
Well, that's right. But you're
sick.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think I was a squad leader, no. I think maybe it was Gray that kind of took over the squad leader.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But you're one of the senior guys and you get hit. Now,
I get hit, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now other dudes have got to
step up
and make them decisions and say, okay, yeah, Josh is fucking down. Somebody else has got to get on the horn and get this shit. And then, you start talking about threat of snipers, but there was no ambush. Nothing ever happened.
No, nothing ever happened.
Yeah. Yeah. So you get on the medevac bird, super cold, get to Bastion. I'm guessing you called your mom and talked to your brother. I'm guessing they put you under pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, I was back in surgery and having washouts.
Yeah.
Trying to get out whatever's in my arm, right? So they end up putting, not there, but in Germany, they put it maybe it was in Bastion, but they put antibacterial beads in my arm.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yep.
In your arm?
Yeah, 14 of them.
Oh, shit. That's weird. What were they, little?
I have no idea. I didn't see them.
They
I was
just
told about them.
Yeah. Now I'm interested in what the fuck that is. So, you you couldn't move your left arm when
I could not move my left arm when I got hit. So when I was on the ground, I did assess myself. First thing I did was check my dick and my balls, make sure they were still there. I mean, and then I could move. I moved my left leg. I couldn't move my left foot, and it was hurting, but it didn't hurt bad. My whole right side, I could move. I could move my right arm, right leg. That was all fine. And then I went to move my left arm, and it didn't go anywhere.
It just didn't. It didn't.
And I tried it a couple of times too, just to make sure I wasn't that fucked up. But
could you feel it?
No, dude. The adrenaline was pumping. I didn't feel any pain.
Yeah.
Really, until I got in the back of that MRAP and Chadwick grabbed my arm and fucking yanked me in the truck.
Yeah. Well, till your adrenaline starts to wear off.
Right.
Yeah.
And Doc wanted to get, that's also the first thing I asked for when Doc came to check on me, assess me, and bandaged me up, put the splint on. I was like, give me the shot. And he's like, no, it can kill you. And I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, because when you got blown out of the truck, you lost your Kevlar.
I had a head injury.
You had a head injury, so they can't take a chance and fucking kill you.
Right.
Yeah. Damn.
So my pain medicine was, I think, Pine cigarettes.
Fucking Pines Lights.
Yeah, thanks,
so,
Wofford.
The only reason I asked that is because when did they... Yeah, anyway, the only reason I was asking, because I was like, when at any point at Bastion did they tell you, like, what was, like, actually wrong with you? Did they ever, like, be like, hey, yeah, so you got this wrong?
I honestly don't remember.
You don't remember? Yeah. I just wondering, because, I didn't know if at any point you were, like, clear-headed enough to be like, you know what, my fucking arm wasn't working. Like, what the fuck's wrong with it? Like,
no, I don't. I mean, after I woke up, everything was bandaged, right? So
right.
I knew something obviously was wrong. Yeah. And Doc told me, yeah, it's definitely broken. But I didn't know all my injuries, no.
Right.
And then I woke up in my hospital bed, or not the hospital bed, when I was in the recovery area, and I ran in the graves on crutches. I was like, what are you doing here? And I got shot. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah, so we had a kind of a plethora, like a little shot of casualties right there pretty quick.
Yeah. Things happen in threes.
Yeah. So... They take you to Germany. You hop Germany. How long did you stay in Germany?
A week.
Yeah.
Had surgery every day.
Yeah. Talk to your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you finally call your mom and you're like, all right, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I'm good.
But she's still, well, actually, I don't know if I talked to my mom in Germany because I didn't have a phone. I don't know if I called anybody.
You might not have.
I might not have. I know. So Di Maria called me in the hospital.
Right.
But that conversation is going to be stuck between me and him.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he called me, told me some things, but yeah, I don't really recall if I ever called my mom. Man, I honestly don't know. I was so high.
Yeah, because you're under pain.
I'm on a morphine pump.
Yeah.
And it was a long flight to Germany.
Right. Yeah. So then you leave Germany, you go to Walter Reed, or you go to...
No, I never went to Walter Reed. I went straight to I flew in from Germany. I flew into Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Stayed a couple nights in Washington, D.C. because when they were taking me back out to the plane to fly to the West Coast, jet fuel was fucking shooting out everywhere.
No.
Yeah. So they got us off the plane and they put us in a room. And then that's when I met General Flynn when he came to visit me in D.C.
Our CO's dad, he was a general or captain. Yeah. So So then you go to Balboa, then you go to Wounded Warrior. Do you go straight to Wounded Warrior? Or you go to the hospital side?
So after DC, I flew to an Air Force base in Sacramento, and I can't remember the name of it to save my life, but I had more washouts there.
Oh, shit.
And then from there, they flew me to Miramar. Miramar comes, and then like when you're hurt, everybody wants to come see you and give you fucking coins. It was the only time I ever got a coin is when I got blown up.
How many coins did you get? A bunch?
I probably got 10 or 15 of them.
Damn, you lucky motherfucker, dude. It took me 8 years in the Marine Corps to collect like 7.
I mean, the base general came out at Miramar and like greeted us and said, welcome home. Thank you for your service. And I'm just hitting my morphine button high as a kite. Like, I don't know what's going on. So then they pick you up, they take you in an ambulance, and you go from Miramar down to Balboa in San Diego.
To Balboa. And
then I went to C5, which was the combat wounded guys.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now, and did you have any more surgeries?
Yeah. So I only had washouts when I was in Germany and the other places. Okay, I didn't actually have like surgery to fix anything till I was in Balboa.
And for those of you who don't know, the washouts, correct me if I'm wrong, is to keep the infection.
Correct.
Right, because the dirt.
Because they don't know what's in that dirt.
Yeah, that dirt. If you talk to enough amputees, you'll find out that dirt it fucks people up because they keep having to like.
Right.
Sometimes they have to amputate more because it can't. So that.
And then at Balboa, like I found out the extent of my injuries.
Yeah. Okay. So what they tell you on your arm? What wrong?
Compound fractures to both the radius and the ulna. So I ended up with 2 plates and about 15 screws.
Oh shit! That was just your arm.
That was just my arm.
Now did that bone come out of the center of your arm right there?
I believe so.
But you didn't see it.
I'm not 100% sure because I was bandaged up, and then they had a wound vac over that part.
Well, that might have been why Lauk said it definitely broke.
Maybe, I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Well, it's funny because the frog suit was long sleeve, so even if it was, you wouldn't have seen it. You might have seen like a bunch of blood, but you're not gonna like see what the fuck, like right there. I didn't ever really thought about that. Like you wouldn't have known.
Yeah, so like they did that, and then they're like, "We're probably gonna have to do a skin graft because your arm's so swollen. We're not gonna be able to shut it." So that's how I got the skin graft.
Yeah, because it split. It like split. Yeah, damn. Oh, okay.
And I just remember him telling me about the scar, and I was like, "It's not going to touch my tattoo, is it?" And he's like, "No, you're going to be fine."
You were worried about your tattoo.
I was worried about my tattoo. And then, like, because it goes from my elbow all the way, I don't know, like all the way back down here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Man, that's funny. Yeah, I never thought about that. So how long were you in the combat trauma unit?
I was in the hospital for 27 days at Balboa alone.
Yeah. Okay. So then by that time, your left leg. What?
Left leg was shattered my tib and fib, all the metatarsals in my foot, and my cartilage in my ankle was pretty much gone.
Shit. So yeah, it basically shattered every bone up your left leg. Yeah. Okay. So 20-some days in there, and then you go to Wounded Warrior Battalion?
Yeah, so I celebrated Thanksgiving at the hospital.
Yeah.
With my mom and brother.
Okay, so they came down.
Yeah, so I finally got my mom out there. She was actually, like, people told me she was trying to find flights out to Afghanistan to come see me.
Oh, my God, dude.
Because the Marine Corps didn't really give her a lot of information.
Right.
So obviously, now that I think about it, I didn't call her then.
You motherfucker.
Dude, I was so high. Who knows what was going on?
No, I mean, that's the crazy thing. It's like you really need like somebody else there to be like reminding you, hey, did you call your mom? Like, hey, did they know? And then like, yeah, because like you might get a call. Like, see, that's what I found out here lately is like these parents will get a call from the Marine Corps and they'll be like, hey, your son was injured in combat. And they're that's it. There's no details. And so then they're left wondering, don't hear from you for weeks. And they're like, well, where is this motherfucker at?
Right. And then my cousin, her husband, Tommy, was in the Army. And he basically told her, like, you heard from Josh, he's okay. You know, if he was killed, they would come to your door.
Yeah. Well, good for him for kind of passing that. Yeah, Keiko's going to show up if, yeah. That's actually, that's a good thing right there that he told her that. So you go to Wounded Warrior. You've got to have seen some shit in Wounded Warrior because now you're there.
I've seen, some guys that were really fucked up. Like, I remember in Germany, I saw this dude. He was missing both his legs above the knee, and he was incubated. He was in a coma, incubated in a box.
Oh, shit.
A plexiglass box.
Damn. So you're kind of like, at this point, I guess you could probably were kind of thinking.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah, you're lucky. I got out of this pretty decent.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, damn.
And that's like, I met all the guys at the hospital from 3-5, 1-5, 2-4. So I knew of Mike Fox. I didn't really know him then, but we became really best friends at the hospital. Yeah,
because he's double amputee.
He's double amputee, and I was hanging out with him every day, and we were rolling around in our power chairs and shit. And you go to so when you're hurt, the only thing you do after that is once you have all your surgeries, is you just go to physical therapy,
Yeah.
occupational therapy, and mental health.
And that's it.
That's it. That's your job.
Yeah. Just to
get better.
Yeah. Just to get better. Yeah.
So while you're at physical therapy, you're hanging out with doubles, triples, just seeing their progression of everything, seeing guys walk on prosthetics.
Yeah.
It was amazing to watch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I've always said it's amazing what, like, the injuries, like we see in Afghanistan, to see those people just stay alive. The fact that we could just keep somebody alive with such fucking wild
the human body is amazing.
Yeah.
What it can accomplish.
Unbelievable.
Even after all that trauma.
Yeah. 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 Because, I mean, that shit don't look right at all when it happens. You know what I'm saying? It just looks like there's no fixing that shit.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about like, looks like just leg just gets mangled or ripped off or whatever. So, how was it like? So, how long did you stay in Winter War? Well, till you got out.
Till I got medically retired. Yeah. So I was there for about 2 years. So I was there from 2011. I got medically retired in August 30th of 2013.
So, most of us. Did you and the guys at Wounded Warrior ever talk about like mental health?
No.
Nah, y'all didn't talk about none of that shit.
No, man.
So y'all were just fucking like.
We were just hanging out together.
Were y'all getting like drunk as fuck too?
Wow. You weren't allowed to drink in the barracks, but yes, we would go out in town.
Yeah, get fucked up. Yeah. So I'm assuming that was probably like a thing to do.
Oh yeah, me and Mike would hang out all the time.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, the thing is, you're separated from the unit, right? We're still in country.
Oh yeah, and then like when you're living in the barracks, you have a cleaning lady. She comes in and cleans your barracks rooms, takes out your trash. Yeah, you had your own separate rooms. You had a roommate, but they were split off with their own rooms.
Right. Damn. So y'all were like, yeah, that's a nice facility. I've never seen it. I mean, I've been down.
Yeah, it was very nice, and then like the staff was amazing. The nurse staff.
Yeah.
Not exactly the Wounded Warrior staff. We had some issues there. But yeah, man, it was really cool to see. And like I said, you get to see all these guys progress from like where they came in at. And then like the new guys that come in that are fucked up, they can look at the guys that have been there a while, like the dudes from 3.5 or 1.5, and just see what they're doing. Yeah.
And they're like, hey, dude, this is what you can get to. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then like like I said, you got triples that you see and you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah, you're like, they can fucking do it. Yeah. Damn. So you spend 2 years there. You finally get what, medically retired?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing crazy with that?
No.
Nah, it's pretty easy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was once I started living out in town with Mike, I just had to show up for work every Monday and Friday to see my face. Because once you progress, you don't have to go to your appointments all the time, right? So you don't need it, but you're still on all this medication. There's pushing down your throat because that's really when like my vivid dreams start, right? So it's in the hospital. The first time I had it, I was at Balboa in my hospital bed, and I had a dream that like someone stuck a knife in my chest, and I just woke up like,
oh shit.
Yeah. That's when it all started. So, and I was having dreams every night, every fucking night,
every night.
I wasn't sleeping. I'd sleep, and then I'd have a very vivid dream, like I was there.
So you just wasn't sleeping.
I wasn't sleeping.
You sleep deprived? Are you? Because your leg's still messed up.
Yeah, I was non-weight bearing for 8 months.
Right. So you're taking probably. Shit.
Dude, I'm taking all the painkillers in the world. They gave me Seroquel to sleep, and then, which is an antipsychotic medicine.
Oh.
So like that Seroquel would knock me out for fucking 15 hours.
Oh shit.
I would miss formation.
But did it work?
It worked. It made me sleep, but I felt like a zombie on all that medication.
That's what I was going to say. The side effect was probably horrendous.
And I'm high all the time.
Yeah.
I'm getting 120 pills from the VA of oxycodone.
Shit.
So I'm high as fuck.
Yeah, you're just
every day
for years
trying to function.
So then you leave that. Where do you go after that? You and Mike, y'all stayed.
Me
in San
and
Diego?
Mike moved in together.
Okay, so y'all stayed. You stayed in San Diego.
We stayed in San Diego, and then we moved. They had the apartment in San Diego, and then we rented a house in Temecula.
What year was that?
2000. 13.
So this is probably sometime around when I seen you. Like, because I think you came over to the house a couple of times when I moved to San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't medically retired then. I was still in.
Oh, you were still in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't get out till like 2014.
No, I got out in 2013.
Yeah, 2013. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So when you got out, they y'all stayed there, and then like
Then me and Mike partied a lot.
That's just what y'all did.
We just drank every day.
Fucking goddamn. Did y'all ever talk about anything?
Nope.
Y'all were just getting fucked up.
Men don't talk about things. You
Yeah.
think it's like a weakness until you get older and realize it's a strength.
I just didn't know if like maybe you would, like, you know what I'm saying, when it's like the two of you, you know what I'm saying? You know.
We never had those heartfelt conversations.
Yeah, I didn't know. But so what do you do after that? Eventually you gotta go somewhere. You gotta get a job. How long did y'all do that for?
I didn't get a job. We did that. So Mike and Erica got engaged, and then he got accepted into Homes for Our Troops, and he was going to build his house in Texas.
Right.
So when his house was done, I think I moved out before then. But when they got engaged, it was like, all right, I got to go.
Yeah, you got to go. So,
but before that, I wasn't happy with life. I was miserable. I was in pain constantly. I was on them fucking pills, living in a cloud. So, you know, one point in time, I got real fucked up, took a bunch of pills, drank a bunch of beer, and, you know, stuck my rifle in my mouth in my bedroom. And I never pulled the trigger, obviously.
Yeah,
but
you just thought about
that's when I knew it was bad, right? So then, like, I wanted to get back home. So I moved back home.
Well, before that, so when that happened, when you were like, fuck it, I'm going to kill myself, did you ever, were you talking to therapists at the time?
Yeah.
What, like,
Did I tell them? No.
Okay, so that wasn't going nowhere, dog.
No, I mean, I wasn't ready to, I guess, admit it.
To admit it, yeah. You weren't ready.
But then at the same point in time, like, I'm trying to amputate because I see what's capable of what happens.
Yeah.
And I'm still in all this pain. I've tried the IDEO advice. I went to SAMC down in Texas, tried that out for 2 months, worked for a little while, still in pain.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be in pain because
Right.
it sucks. And I was, 23? Nah.
Shit.
So if I got 13, bro, I don't know. I was 20-something, mid-20s, I guess. But yeah, I was just like, this ain't how you're supposed to live.
Mid-20s, yeah. But like the thing is yeah, that's what I didn't get to. I was waiting for you to bring it up, but yeah. So for people that like, so you did the 8 however long in Wounded Warrior. You did the couple years living with what's his name. You tried all this fucking therapy, but your leg never fucking. You tried surgeries, all that other shit, but you could not get it right.
I couldn't. My quality of life was shit.
Fucking shit. Yeah.
And I was high as a kite all the time.
Yeah.
You got to think, man. I was getting 120 oxycodone pills a month.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm lucky I'm not on heroin.
Yeah, dude.
Because guys have been on. They've got hooked on it, right? So then they took the pills away from us.
Yeah. Oh, so when that happened?
When the oxy boom happened.
Oh, so then they were like, oh, we got to.
They started winging us down, right? So I went from 120, then I think I went to 90, and then from 90 to 60, 60 to 30. Oh, but some days I would just stop taking my medicine because I wanted to see, one, if I was addicted to it.
Right.
To see if it was just my body wanting me to crave these pills or if I was really in pain.
Right.
Well, I was still in pain.
Yeah. Because that's the worst thing you do. That's like an alcoholic that just walks in one day and goes, you know what? I'm fucking making a change and I'm going to quit drinking. Yeah,
right.
Okay, motherfucker. Like, it don't work like that. You can't do that.
Yeah. So I just was like, all right, I believed in if I would amputate, my life would improve so much better.
Yeah.
And I was right.
What year did you make that decision?
I went back to Cincinnati, like I said, in 2014. I had an appointment with my doctor, Amos, at Cincinnati VA. I went into him. I said, sir, this is what I want. This is why I want it. And this is what's going to happen after it gets done. We talked for a little while. He agreed with me. And I cried because I was like, you saved my life.
Yeah. But he did it.
He did it. He did. I think it was scheduled 2 weeks. I had my amputation August 20th.
Did you have like a saying goodbye to your leg celebration party or something?
Yeah, I did have a party.
I didn't actually know that. I just wanted
Yeah. I did throw a party. Had a bunch of people over. But yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
And I also wrote myself a letter because it was recommended to me by G. And he said, hey, man, I did the same thing you did. I was limb salvage for this long. And I wrote myself a letter. Someone told him about it. He's like, write yourself a letter because when you have those bad days, and you will, it will remind you why you did this.
Yeah. So that's man, that's a great fucking idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because once you do it, there's no going back.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like, oh, put this bitch back on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
100%. And that's why, that's what Dr. Amos told me. He's like, a lot of my colleagues don't want to do this because once it's off, it's off.
Right.
But he's like, I really wish they would understand like what you guys are going through.
Yeah. So did you have to do like mandatory counseling because of that?
Before the amputation in Balboa, yeah, I had one doctor tell me I wanted to cut my legs off because my buddies were missing theirs.
Oh my God. So when they made that call on the amputation, what year was that again?
2015.
Now, you were back in Cincinnati at the time.
Correct.
Yeah. So you had already okay. So yeah, because I remember I ain't gonna tell the whole story, but I remember you coming over and talking to me. We talked when I lived down in San Diego, and dude, I just remember you being like, because you were gaining weight. You gained weight because you're like, I can't fucking do anything.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, dude. Like, and you were like, I want to fucking work out, but I can't fucking work out because my fucking leg hurts. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's it. Like you said, quality of life, man. Like, and people don't get that. It's like, it's and now you're fucking, now you done shit. So you get the amputation. How's that? So, I mean, I'm assuming it doesn't hurt anymore.
No, at the time. So I had my amputation August 20th. At the VA hospital. It wasn't a long surgery. I woke up. I wasn't in pain. I didn't really have any issues looking at my leg or anything like that because it was all wrapped. But I was like, all right, it's done. But I was in no pain, which was weird.
Yeah.
Because I was on the nerve block, so the nurses weren't giving me my painkillers.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah, because I wasn't in pain. Why would they give me painkillers?
Oh.
The nerve block's working.
Wow.
So I stay in the hospital for 24 hours. I get discharged the next day. And I come home, and right around like 7, 8 o'clock at night, my leg is fucking throbbing.
Hurting.
Oh, dude, it was the worst pain I ever felt in my life.
So the nerve block wore off.
The nerve block definitely wore off. So now I'm trying to chase this pain with my painkillers.
Right.
So now I'm like eating these oxys, the codones, but they were just oxy. They didn't have the Tylenol in them. And I don't know. I ate a pretty good amount of those, and my pain didn't go anywhere. It just kept getting worse. So then I looked at my mom and my brother, and I was like, hey, we got to go back to the hospital.
Yeah, we got to go back to the hospital. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I guess the question I wanted to ask is, so you go to the hospital because you're in pain. What'd they tell you?
They just wanted to get me under control for the pain.
Right.
So they just hit me up with shots of Dilaudid till I didn't feel anything.
What was the pain coming from? Just
fucking amputation. Got my leg cut off.
Well, no, I didn't know if there was like something wrong. Like if it was,
there was nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. But they didn't. But I see, because I feel like the hospital could have, like when you got your amputation done, that they would have warned you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, when this nerve blocker wears off, be fucking ready.
No,
dude.
I didn't say anything like that.
No,
I recall.
Did you recall?
Yeah. I mean, they could have.
Yeah, because you were fucked up. Yeah. Yeah, you were. So did you feel any kind of way when it was done, as far as like you were like, okay, I'm not in pain, the nerve blocker wore off?
I felt relief because I wasn't in pain.
Right, yeah.
So, but when it wore off, yeah,
you were like,
I was like, what the fuck did I do?
That's what I was asking. It's like, was there like a period, even if it was just a little bit, that you were like, oh, fuck.
That was the only time.
Yeah,
that was the only time.
Really?
Yes.
So how long did it take for that to kind of really wear off, as far as
after they hit me up with like 3 shots of Dilaudid, and I was feeling amazing.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
And then I went back home. I just made sure I took my medicine religiously, and I set a timer to make sure I'd never had that happen again.
Okay. Is it like after the amputation, are you taking more pain pills or less?
Less, but they gave me Dilaudid pain pills.
Okay, so they're stronger. Yeah. Okay. So you're still taking, pain pills. How long did you ever get to a point where you were like,
I stopped?
Yeah.
Yeah, I 2 weeks after my amputation, I stopped taking pain pills.
Fuck,
Yeah, I
that
was done
soon?
with them.
That soon?
Yeah, I started smoking weed instead.
Oh. But see, I would think that I mean, because even though it's surgical, it's still a lot of trauma. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you fucking cutting your leg off. I mean,
But again, the human body is crazy. I had no pain.
Yeah.
After I was able to like manage my pain and then it finally went away,
Yeah.
it might have been like a 2 out of 10 type of pain, but it wasn't bad enough for me to take. I couldn't wait to get off that.
Oh, because you're clear-headed now.
Yes. For the first time in a long time.
Yeah, because it's been how many years? 2012, 13, 14, 15. It's been 3 years. Because that was a question I knew was coming, and I was going to ask you, but you just kind of answered it there was, did you ever like struggle with addiction? Because like you were on pain pills for fucking 3 years.
No, that's why I would stop taking them to make sure I was good.
Yeah, okay. So but I imagine too, just the fact of not having any pain versus living in pain for 3 years, you were like, why would I?
Right. I mean, yeah, it was after I didn't have pain, I was like, all right, I made the correct decision.
Good. Yeah.
I'm like, now I can get my life together.
Yeah. How was getting used to like not having a leg though?
It was challenging at first for sure because I was using crutches all the time. I couldn't use a wheelchair at my mom's. The house is just way too small. So there was obstacles I had to learn to deal with that. But then I also got a staph infection in my leg. So I had to go back to the hospital, had that cut out. And then I was in wound care for a little bit. And once that healed, I got my first prosthetic like December 23rd and I walked.
Shit. Yeah. How long did it take to get
to walk unassisted?
Yeah.
3 months.
That was it.
Once I figured it out, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, because I would try it, I'd be in so much pain, and I reach out to Mike, and I'm like, why am I in pain? He'd be like, you figure it out. So he didn't tell me I needed to add socks. So, but once I figured out I needed to add those ply socks,
yeah,
I remember like I was at mom's, and I just remember like just walking without crutches and showing her like, she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I figured it out.
You were fucking excited as fuck.
Hell yeah, I did.
Yeah, because it's like independence. Because you crutches, yeah, you're independent, but it's not.
Right, now I can start living my new life.
Right. Yeah. So you felt good about that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt really good about it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here I go. This is the new beginning.
Right. What year is this now?
This is going to be 2016.
16. Okay. So, and then you finally get a place. You move out.
I get accepted into the programs for Homes for Our Troops. It took a long time for me to even apply because I felt like I didn't deserve it. And my buddies of mine that received the homes are like, hey, quit being dumb.
Yeah.
Fill it out. Let them decide if you deserve it or not.
Yeah. Because that's the problem. Like, dudes, I mean, any of us, like, it's like dudes that go back and, they're always like, I don't deserve it. But it's funny because, like, the non-wounded guys are like, fucking do it. But they don't understand, like, how that's a predicament.
Well, I'm like, I'm only a BK, right? So they call it a paper cut in the amputee field. And
hold on, I got to, for the listeners, because you were throwing this terminology around the other night, and I knew what it meant. But below the knee, above the knee.
BK is a below the knee, a AK is above the knee.
Yeah. So, but in the prosthetic world, a BK is like, you got your fucking knee, dog. You good?
Right. Not really in the military world that are amputees. It's called a paper cut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 100%.
That's fucking.
You
wild.
tell a civilian person that they have a paper cut in their wrist and leg, they might take offense to that.
Yeah. But like with you guys, the inside dark humor is
Yeah, that's why Mike would tell everybody like, oh, he got blown up because he was trying to get an MRE. I'm like, what a dick. He even wrote one time in the hospital, sus malingers.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Fucking bitch. He's so funny. Yeah. So yeah. And then too, I mean, you were like, I didn't want to fill that application out because you're like, yeah.
Right. And I like I said, I felt like I didn't deserve it. And there's guys that are missing, again, double or triple.
Right.
That need it more than me.
Yeah. So
but I finally filled it out and I got accepted to the program. And then, yeah, I got my home in 2021, and it was a complete game changer for me.
Yeah. What are you doing in between all that for all that time?
So I went to work. I went back to work after I got real bored of retirement. And then I started working at the prosthetic office that was making me a prosthesis.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I worked there for about 7 years. Was not happy with the product we were making. I was not getting my leg there made anymore. I was going out to Kansas.
Yeah.
Because once you have the amputation, so to give you an idea, when I first had my amputation, my leg was 36 centimeters in circumference.
Okay.
But after a while, you start wearing your leg, fluid changes, gets out, your limb starts to shrink not only in circumference but in length, and you have to have a new socket made.
Oh, okay. So this is a
constant process.
Yeah.
Yes, until your leg matures.
Huh.
So I was getting sockets made at work, and it was good for a couple years. But once my leg started to atrophy and get more defined and smaller, and those pressure points on the sockets that are supposed to be like the standard weren't working for me anymore. And then I was thinking, okay, is this a me problem or is it a fit issue? And my fibula kind of comes down and then it hooks into my tib. So they're kind of like right next to each other. Mm-hmm. But then if I touch below my fib head on my fibula, I can activate the nerve that I always feel in the socket. Oh. And that drives me and that hurts.
Yeah.
So I can mimic that with just my fingers. So now I know, okay, so I can do it by myself. So now I don't know, it's not a fit issue. Maybe it's a me issue. So I started looking into different ways I can combat that. Maybe like by killing the nerve or doing something called the Erdl procedure where they put a bridge in between your tibia and fibula to help make it more structural. You can actually weight bear on that. But my buddy Matt Amos, who used to work at the prosthetic office in Kansas, he told me, hey, come out, let Steve make you a leg and just see what happens.
And then
Steve made me a leg, and it was
fucking.
I was like, all right, now I know what's going on.
Yeah, so you finally get one that is right.
Yeah, I get an EMS socket.
Yeah, and when you do that, you're like, okay, this is another game changer.
Yeah,
because it's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
It's comfortable,
and that's what it's supposed to feel like. It's not supposed to hurt. None of this stuff. So then I'm still working at that prosthetics office. And I really enjoyed it because I wanted to give back and show people what was capable of being done. And they would tell me like, hey, I want to walk like Josh. But at the same point in time, like I don't even get my leg made by him.
Right.
My boss.
Yeah.
So I go out in town and then, eventually the product turned it into 3D printing and I just didn't want to be a part of it anymore. So I left.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you wanted to. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean, if you can't sell what you're supposed to be selling because you don't believe in it, then there's no reason.
It wasn't a business thing. It was personal for me.
Yeah. Dang. Okay. So so you left there. Then what do you? So what? That's 20. When did you leave that? What year?
Maybe 22, maybe 22 or 23.
Shit, 22, 23.
I worked there for like 7 years.
Yeah. Now, when did you start? Did any of that time, did you ever start being like, all right, I need to come to terms with any of the mental shit? Or are you still like?
No, I would still have my episodes, and it's usually during my live day time.
Yeah. So
November, December, January, it all sort of happens, especially when I get older, because my birthday's in January. And this past year, I turned 39, and it was it really hit me. All right, you're almost 40 years old. What have you done with your life?
Right.
So these are the questions I always ask myself. Yeah. Right. So I'm my harshest critic. Somebody could tell me something all right, I've said all kinds of horrible things to myself. Yeah. So no, I was just trying to work with the mental side of things. I started going through therapy.
You actually tell your therapist shit now?
Yeah, I was telling my therapist things now. Just be hey, this is what's going on. But at the same point in time, I'm still having these vivid dreams all the time, but I still have these waves of sometimes you just want to say, fuck it.
Right. Yeah. You're just like this fucking, yeah. Now, when did you figure that out?
Not until I was older.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, again, I used to think what was the worst day of my life, actually turned out to be a blessing. And I don't mean by the monetary things that I've received. My home's amazing. Homes for Our Troops did an amazing job at that. But just the people that I met because of that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I got to meet some pretty amazing people, not the warriors. I got to see what was capable of what would happen if you would apply yourself with the amputation and what could be done.
Right. Yeah.
And that always stuck out to me. Right. So it's like, okay, if you apply yourself, put in the work and dedication, you can get to where you need to be.
Right.
And you can still be amazed at what you can do and not think about what you can do.
Yeah.
So what? You fall, get back up, do it again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing is that because you got off the pain meds. Now you're clear-headed, and now you can start making like real life fucking decisions.
Right.
Instead of just being like, I'm working at this place or whatever, whenever, but now you can really start thinking about shit and being like, all right, where do I go from here?
Yeah. And then I just always feel like I got to give back because I receive so much. And then being a part of Wounded Warrior Outdoors, being
okay,
involved.
Hold on. I got to back up.
All right.
I gotta put this in. So when do you start working with those guys? So
when I first start coming apart, I went to my first trip as a warrior in 2012 at the hospital of Balboa.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's when you first got introduced to Wounded Warrior Outdoors. So for those of you who don't know, Wounded Warrior Outdoors is not Wounded Warrior. It's Wounded Warrior Outdoors. It's a separate organization.
Yeah. It's not, we're not affiliated with Wounded Warrior Project.
Yeah. Okay. So they take vets and do what?
We take combat wounded veterans on therapeutic outdoor healing adventures, usually fishing or hunting.
Yeah. So they take them, do fishing, hunting of all different types, fishing of all different types all around the country. Okay. So when you went on that first trip, what was the first one?
I went on a fishing trip for Big Reds in New Smyrna Beach, Florida.
Oh, shit. How was that?
It was great.
Yeah.
Had a great time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Did you feel like it made a difference? Like
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, when I had my amputation, I made a post on Facebook that I was having it. And Ron, the founder of WWO, reached out to me and said, looks like we got to get you out on some more trips.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Because the thing about, being out there in the wilderness or in the outdoors is there's no grab bars, there's no parallel bars, so you just kind of figure stuff out in the real world again.
Right.
And it's just all of us just being clumsy and falling and doing whatever, but you just go.
Yeah. 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 I'm sure they, but like, yeah, you're right. Like to go on these trips, you've got to be mobile. Right. Of some sort.
Well, you don't have to be mobile exactly. I mean, we have guys in wheelchairs, but I mean, for me personally, it was just being out with the guys.
Yeah.
And we were all combat wounded dudes, all fucked up, and we could just be together and be ourselves. I think that was very important for us. That brotherhood, the camaraderie, just being out in this beautiful place that you could never imagine. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Cause I knew you, I'm going to back up just slightly, but like me and my wife both know Josh. So like, when Josh was in the hospital, when he got blown up down in Balboa, my wife went down there and hung out with him. And so like he's like a family member to us. But like when you started going on these trips, like you were going on these hunting trips, and I would be on Facebook and I'd look and I'd see, I'm like, bitch ass Josh is going on this fucking trip. And I just remember making jokes about it. But yeah, you went on.
Man, I got to go. Yeah. I was very blessed. Ron really took a liking to me. And he treated me as one of his own, part of the WWO family. Yeah. Lisa, his wife, she was like a mom. So we all call her Mama Lisa. And we love her dearly. And, Ron just wanted us to experience all of this with him.
Right. Yeah.
And he saw what it was doing, and I would have a conversation with him. And he actually became not only, a friend, but a mentor and a father figure.
Yeah. 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 And you, and this, I mean, yeah, when you go on these things are helping people,
100%.
Because I said that when I took this job down here and I got away from San Diego, like being out in just on this big ass farm it helps, dude. Just being outdoors, just doing stuff you haven't done, and y'all are going places you've never been, things you've never done, and so you do that for some years. When do you get involved as more than just going on trips?
It was either before or after Ron passed.
Oh, okay.
So the founder of WWO died from brain cancer.
Oh man.
And he was young. He was only 63. And I wanted WWO to continue. That was one of his wishes. And me and my buddy Marcus were like, all right, let's get new blood on these things, right? Yeah. So it became the same guys were going on the same trips.
Right.
Yeah. So it wasn't New Warriors. It was, Ron's had his people that he really liked, and for whatever reason, I never asked him for anything. I never asked to go on these trips. I would just get a phone call, be like, hey, you want to go?
Yeah.
And then wherever I was working, I'd be like, hey, can I go? And they'd be like, all right, go. Because that's always one of my stipulations when I was working, is like, I get invited on these trips and I'd like to go.
Right.
But during this transition period, when I became part of the Veteran Selection Committee, and now I've been able to get a bunch of new blood out there, right? Like guys I served with personally. I had my whole team out in Hoodoo, Alaska, fly fishing.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience. And I want you guys to get to experience everything that I got to, because you guys all deserve it.
Yeah.
I mean, you deal with the same thing. And now, for us at WWO, we're not so much focused on those physical injuries anymore. It's those invisible ones, because honestly, those are worse.
Yeah.
The physical is nothing compared to the invisible, because that shit will kill you.
Yeah. Because eventually we're not at war anymore. Now we're running out of, like if you want to say, okay, all the dudes who were amputees, we've gotten a bunch, or all the ones, and eventually you're gonna run out of guys, I guess. But so you did that. So now you're involved on like a more of a staff level.
Yeah, I'm with the Veteran Selection Committee. So like I said, I get warriors out on trips. And then I also help lead the trips. Yeah,
right. So you're going, but you're going as more of a...
I'm not going as a warrior. I'm going as a volunteer. I don't hunt.
Yeah.
I let the warriors hunt. I don't, I'm just there to help them with whatever they need. And honestly, it brings me more joy than any type of trip I got to do by myself as a warrior.
Right.
Because now I get to see this whole transition period full circle of like, getting these guys out here that maybe have never done anything like this before in their life. But once, they get that harvest or they get that fish they reel in, and you see that pure joy and excitement on their faces, that's priceless.
Yeah. And it's a passion of yours now.
It's 100% a passion.
It's passion, right? Yeah, your passion is like, dude, I got to get these guys out. I want to see this. Yeah,
it saves lives.
Yeah. That's legit, man. That's legit. I think it's a cool thing.
Oh well, thank you.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. But so what about what about you now? So you're doing this. You're involved with this. You've, that's, I think you got like a job, you got a regular job.
Yeah, I'm working in construction now like a dummy.
So you
39 years old, working in construction, I'm doing this shit way backwards.
But yeah, but you got to make some, if you want
I'm just,
money,
just labor, working my ass off, do what I'm told, basically a boot again.
But too, you going on these trips, you can't get like a corporate job and be like, hey, I got to take like a month off every year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I don't want a corporate job. I think that would be terrible.
Yeah, you don't like that. So we talked about how you got off the pain pills and you said, you have mental clarity. Did you fix the dreams?
No.
Okay. Just curious.
No, the dreams, they're not all the time anymore.
Yeah.
But they're still there.
Mental health. What would you say? Like do you feel like you're a lot better than you were?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, there's definitely different aspects of my life that I need to work on now.
Yeah.
But as far as like, PTSD and stuff like that, I think I got it under control, but I still have my moments. I have my triggers. I have shit that sets me off.
Yeah.
I can have anger issues, you know.
Yeah.
And then like with the TBI, I forget shit all the time.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that was another thing. It's like you were talking about like invisible wounds, you know, PTSD, all that shit. But like them fucking TBIs, dude, they just fuck people up. And then you get blown off a truck, and like that's something that like, you know, people are like, yeah, you're missing a leg, your arm's fucked up, and it's like, yeah, but like people don't realize that explosion fucking rocks your brain, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting worse as I get older, and that kind of worries me a little bit. But I just got to write everything down. I have put notes in my calendar, but sometimes I still forget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's like when you came down here. You told me a day. You told me a day. You texted me a day, and then it was a different day.
Yeah. See,
But,
so
like,
sometimes it
yeah.
doesn't click.
But I mean, that's like, but yeah, no, like I was like, so you'd say you're in a better place now. A lot
Yeah,
better.
100%.
A lot better. Yeah. Yeah.
But I still struggle with things. Like I think my
Right.
biggest issue is, you know, I never loved myself, so I really got to work on that and figure that out. But
Yeah.
I think that goes all the way back to childhood and the things I
Oh, yeah.
experienced. And so, you know, I really want to look into the Ibogaine treatment and try that and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because that whole love yourself before you love everybody else shit, that's what me and Paige tell people, like, when it comes to marriage advice. It's like, you got to love yourself. You got to be like, you know. But it's funny because if I'd have said that 10 years ago, somebody been like, that's gay as fuck, dog. But it's true. Like, it is true. It's not bullshit, man. Like, you just have to be able to just be vulnerable. But that's another thing.
But that's hard, right? So the hard to
Right.
tell somebody all your faults, all your weaknesses,
Yeah.
and then not have somebody hold that against you.
Right.
So like when I meet somebody new, like when they see me, I'm always like, what do you think? Because obviously you see I'm missing a leg because I'm usually in shorts unless it's like really cold. But
Yeah.
like, what are they thinking about me?
Right.
So like that always goes through my mind.
Like self-conscious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because like, funny story. I'm gonna tell the story whether you want to or not. The funny story you told me the other day where you were like, you go in the VA because nobody has like a combat. You know, you don't have a sticker on your chest at the VA that says like, oh yeah, I lost my leg because of injuries from Afghanistan. And then you're like, some people will be like, oh, you have diabetes?
Yeah. How'd you lose your leg? Diabetes? Like, no.
No, I'm
not diabetic.
It's funny because, you know, I never thought about that. It's like, you know, you just, I guess as an amputee or anything, like if you have visible combat. And that's like what Graves was talking about, because Graves said that he feels self-conscious because he's got the Purple Heart, but he's like, you know, people were like, well, what happened? What's wrong with you? Okay, yeah, he's probably got a scar on his hip where like he got shot, but people are just like, okay, motherfucker down the street missing both legs, you know? And it's like that, you know, you never feel like, you know, it's you're self-conscious. Like, what do people think? Yeah. Well, what would you say? Like, okay. Yeah. But, and then, I guess like, you know, do you feel like it gets better when you talk to these guys on these trips? Like, you know?
Yeah, but
like,
it definitely gets better. But, you know, for me, it's something about the mental health thing that I have to work on.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying like talking about it to these other guys, you know.
Oh, yeah. It's like you find out, you know, you're not the only one.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we're all fucked up.
Right. Yeah.
It's something we all have to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the conversation we had the other night, you know. It's like you said the same thing right there. We're all fucked up.
We are.
We're all fucked up. But it's like the problem is nobody wants to talk about it because nobody just wants to fucking talk about it, you know? And then you find out that like you and Mike could have worked some shit out 7 fucking years ago. You know
could have, but we don't talk about that thing.
Right. But like, the thing is, it's like,
I think it's more like if you act like it's not there, then it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah. So like for me personally, you know, when I got my home from Homes for Our Troops, which is amazing, it's all handicap accessible. I can use my wheelchair for the first time.
Yeah.
But being alone,
oh shit,
I didn't have Loki then. You know what I mean?
The dog. Yeah.
Right. So my home became a mental prison. And that's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. The
And then
doghouse?
Huh?
The doghouse?
100%.
Yeah. Because you get it and you're like, oh, this is great. Like, yeah, wow. And then you're like, okay, now it's like you shut the door and it's just you.
Yeah.
And you and a fucking bottle of booze and
That's
fucking
when
weed.
you gotta watch it, right? So
Yeah.
like I'm aware enough to realize like I have these issues, so I don't like ever want to get drunk if I'm like in that type of way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
I don't. My biggest fear is to go in that dark hole again and not be able to get out.
And
I've been able to get out once, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's one of my fears.
But you know it's there.
I know
See,
it's
that's
there.
the good thing. You know, like you said, you're self-aware. So you know, like, yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. So what would you say to somebody who was in that dark place? What would be your advice?
Oh, I think the best advice is this. I mean, I know you think that nobody's going through what you've been through and you don't think that they're going to understand, but they do. And the other part is you think you're going to be a burden, right? I've thought that way. Like, why if I tell all these people my problems, like I'm a burden now. So now you got to worry. I don't want people to worry about me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, reach out. I know that phone gets heavy.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to say like, hey, I need some help. I'm fucked up.
Right. Yeah.
But just know there's people out there that will help you and do everything you can. And, you know, if ending your life is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Yes, your problems might stop if you end your life, but that's going to affect the rest of everybody you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I think that's one thing. It's like, yeah, they talk about like, yeah, if you do something like that, it's not just you, it's everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because it just leaves a wake of destruction.
Right. And at the same point in time, I say that, but like, you don't know what someone's going through.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say is because that person doesn't give a fuck about that at that point in time. They're not thinking about that. They're just like, bro, this is what it is, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So again, you say these things, but it's hard to get people to do those things.
To reach out.
You have to reach out. You know what I mean? Like you have to be vulnerable and allow somebody to get in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's hard.
It's super
especially
hard.
For men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we were always taught like, you know, feelings are a weakness. Push that shit deep down inside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's funny because I've had some of the most interesting conversations on the podcast, and a little inside baseball for those of you listening. I have probably better, more deeper, crazy conversations off the podcast. Like, you know, like before we record or after we record. And a lot of guys will just be like, dude, I just didn't like, it felt good to get it out there, dog. You know, because they're like, they don't want to talk about it. But then when they do, then they're actually surprised and they're like, damn, that felt good. And I'm like, yeah, you know. But I didn't expect that. Like when I started this podcast, I thought people were just going to talk to me and be like, all right, cool, thanks, man. All right, I'm going to hit the stop button and then I'm going to fucking put it online.
Right. I mean, it's good for somebody to be vulnerable and, you know, express those things. And then at the same point in time, right? So like someone's worst day, whatever that is their worst day. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people like to compare somebody's worst day to their worst day. But it doesn't matter. It's still their worst day of their life.
Right.
I don't know what that might be for them, but you know, it's still their worst day.
Yeah. So you see it coming now. Like you can feel it coming. Like, you know, you're like, okay, yeah, this is not gonna be fucking good.
Yeah, it's like this last time it happened on my live day, and it happened when I was about to turn 39, and I was like, I'm almost 40, and I just like hit this rut. And I was like, I don't know what I just stayed in bed, man. Like I was depressed. I didn't want to move, and like I text my boss some shit, and I was just like, hey man, I just let him know what's going on. And I was like, there might be a point in time where I might ask you to come over here and change the code on my safe.
Oh shit. Does he know? Like, I mean, a little bit about kind of.
No, he listens.
Oh, okay.
But he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like he's just someone you can, if you want to talk to him about it. He doesn't have any military experience.
Right.
I mean, Chad's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's also my neighbor, so we hang out all the time. But yeah, so little things like that. But now I'm good, right? I'm in a better place. But
that's what I'm saying. He's a trusted guy where he knows, like, if you say, hey, come change the code on my safe, he's not going to ask questions. He's just going to fucking do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I want.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I ain't never thought about that. But, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so, how drinking? A lot of guys talk about that. Any change over the years?
Yeah, it's definitely gotten less and less.
Less and less. Yeah, less and less. Yeah.
I just don't like feeling like shit anymore. So yeah, hangover sucks.
So
sometimes I still do it.
Yeah.
Get a little wild hanging out with your friends.
Still go hard in the paint.
Still go hard in the paint. Spend $200 at the bar. You don't even know it, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's not like a trigger for you.
No.
Set you off. Yeah. It's funny.
But I don't really go out to the bars too much. I try to stay away from that. I'm more of a homebody.
Yeah.
I like to be at home.
You don't have like an addictive personality.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, no. Because, the only reason is because I never really, we've talked about all this shit before, just me and you, but I never really thought about this until now. But like, if I compare it to my other podcast guests, there's always a motherfucker with like, not everybody, but like a lot of dudes, the alcohol is like a trigger. Like they can't touch it.
Yeah, my dad was an alcoholic. Yeah. So like I grew up with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's amazing because they say it usually runs in the family. Usually if one dude does it, they all do.
Yeah.
That's why my dad was scared. That's why my dad don't drink, because his dad and his dad, they were all alcoholics, and his mom. But yeah, so and then you said he started smoking weed again. Do you think that helps?
100%.
Okay. You advocate for it on the federal level?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's better than giving us those pills they try to give us.
Yeah. Now, did that alleviate anything the VA was giving you?
For a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I got back on my SSRIs.
Yeah.
Just a small dose to kind of help, level me out.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to ask. You got, I've said it before, I don't like them, but like you obviously, I've known you for many years and I know, man, so you seem fucking normal.
Well, thanks.
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is like, I
hide it well.
Yeah. Fucking serial killer. But they, so you don't see any, you're taking such a low dose, you don't see any side effects.
No, I mean, if I stop taking it, I can notice things real quick. Like my biggest problem, I had real bad anger issues.
Yeah.
Like my switch could get flipped real quick. Yeah. And I didn't like not having that control.
And so
because that scared me.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's how you do dumb shit. That's an emotional reaction and not a logical reaction.
Huh. Okay.
And then weed also helps me process things. It helps me be honest with myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's where you get your critical thinking done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I advocate for it, dude. Like I'm good with it. But like, it's funny you said that trigger, like you were talking about that. I talk to a lot of therapists, like doing like PTSD, VA claims and shit. So they send you to all these psychiatrists and shit. I don't know the difference between a psychiatrist and a psychologist, but anyway.
One can prescribe medicine.
Oh, and one can't?
Yeah.
Oh, but do they both do the same thing?
No, your psychiatrist is the one that can subscribe your medicine.
Oh.
The other one's who you talk to.
Josh, you like the fucking first person on this podcast.
I'm sure. I think that's what it is. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's a psychiatrist.
You're the first person that's corrected me like multiple times. Like the smartest person I had on here.
Or I'm an asshole because I'm correcting.
Yeah. Nah, you're good. I don't give a shit. No, I really don't know. I was going to ask you. But yeah, they...
Why don't you ask Gronk so we make sure we're not retards?
Oh, shit. Let me look.
I'm like 99% sure it's a psychiatrist.
But I don't remember which one it was, but she told me, hold on, let me text to speak it. Difference between psychiatrists and psychologists. Yeah, shit, Grok, boy. Okay. Grok's answer is a psychiatrist is a medical doctor or MD who went to med school and did residency. They can prescribe meds. A psychologist has a doctorate in psychology, not med school. They cannot prescribe medication. So that's literally the big difference. It's in bold. Prescribed, not prescribed. So anyway, I went to this lady and she was the first one to tell me that. She said, because I told her, I was like, one of the problems that I've always had, like with PTSD, I don't, whatever, something was after Afghanistan was like manic episodes. So, and I described a manic episode as like the way you're talking, it's like that switch gets flipped. It can be like a really minuscule thing and it's just It's 100%. And she said that is the cause of all your trauma and all the stuff that we do. The military trains you to be fight or flight. And she said that is what that is. She said it because it's training you to flip the trigger.
That makes sense.
And that's what she told me. But I told that to another head doc, and they said that didn't make any sense. But I said that was the greatest explanation to me that made sense. Now, for those of you listening, you might be like, that's fucking retarded. I don't know, but it made sense to me. And I was like, I like that, because it's like that.
And it's hard to turn that switch back off when it's on.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like the other day, dude, like something pissed me off out there with the rabbits before you got here. And I was like I slung a bucket at the shop, and I was like, grabbed that trailer out there and I was rocking it. And Paige was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I just walked off. I was like, it doesn't happen often to me, but it does. And like, that's what's crazy, because Paige will be like, you ain't never seen Alex get upset? And people are like, no, Alex is fucking awesome. Like, he's a super nice guy. And I'm like, shh, you ain't seen that? Like, but you don't do that shit in public. I mean,
you try not to.
Try not to. I did in the Walmart parking lot one time, and this is when I knew I had a problem. I was at a Walmart parking lot, and something happened. I was pissed off about something. I beat the shit out of the steering wheel in the car. Paige was in the passenger seat, and then I just started cussing about something. And I was like, motherfucker, and I fucking opened the door. I slammed the door, and when I got out of the car, I walked away. Paige says she was sitting in the car, and she said she looked, but my shirt was pulled up because I had, because I was sitting down. And when it did, it had went behind my 1911 that I had I was carrying it in my lower back. Mm-hmm. And she said, I just remember sitting there thinking, like, I hope he doesn't come across anybody that pisses him off wherever he's going. Cause she was like, he's going to fucking shoot him. And when she told me that, I was like, I should probably fucking.
Again, that's an emotional reaction, not logical.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't make that difference in between that time when it's going on.
Right.
Because it just flips. Like me, I like to break myself in all the time. I just throw that bitch on the ground and be like, fuck you.
I do throw my phone sometimes when I'm mad. But if I do it, I'll like glance in a general direction and be like, safe. And just chunk that bitch. But
yeah, and then it breaks. I'm like, God damn it.
You need a better case, bro.
Well,
get the
I throw it pretty damn hard. I like full force. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like to throw it in the air, so hopefully it don't I just throw it as far as I can, which ain't far because I didn't play fucking baseball, so I suck at that. Yeah, damn. But you're good now, for the most part. Would you
I guess it's subjective. Good? I'm good sometimes, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not, though.
But that's what you know that.
I do know that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the key. The key is that The
key is that I know, and that I'm very hard on myself.
Yeah. Well, the fact that you're hard on yourself, you want self-improvement. So what's your long-term goals?
Man, dude, to be honest with you, I don't really have them.
You ain't even thought about it, really?
I haven't even thought. I just take things day by day.
Yeah. Well, you think of something because we were talking about retirement the other day, but as far as in the interim,
money, but like
next 10 years,
I don't have like a goal for like my next 10 years. I want my life to be like this. I want it to be like that.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that, even as a child.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know if that's something wrong with me.
No, I didn't either.
Like,
no.
It's like, I don't fucking know. Like, where do you want to be? Fucking alive? How about that? I just want to be alive.
I didn't think about it. I'll be honest with you. I thought about that one day. I was like, because somebody asked me, one of my kids asked me, they were like, did you want kids when you were a kid? And I was like, no. And then I was like, and I thought about it. I was like, the fuck? I never thought about like wanting kids. I never thought about it.
Yeah.
But like, I was just asking like, where do you, like, I didn't know if you like had a goal, like, with Wounded Warrior Outdoors, did you want to expand it, kind of do anything like that, or just keep rolling with it, keep volunteering and just.
Yeah, I just want to do things I enjoy and love.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing is like, whenever I leave this earth, I just want to remember as a good person and not an asshole.
Yeah.
That's it. I just want to be a good person. Yeah, of course I fuck up like everybody else. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, fuck up.
But you also have to be able to admit those mistakes. Like I fucked up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And you just try to improve. That's it.
I think you're doing it. I think
Like,
you're doing it. I mean, I've watched you for
too long.
10 years now. Yeah, longer, 15, and I kept track, like, because I was like, this motherfucker. And, like, because you were one of the people that I was like, if something ever happens to Seth, like, I was like, if he kills himself, I'm going to feel like it was my fault. Like, I'm sure a lot of other people would have too, and like, we didn't talk all the time, but we've always had that relationship where when we meet up, it's like,
it just picks up where it left off.
Picks up where it left off. And a lot of vets are like that, a lot of good friends are. But my thing is like, I was just like, I hope, I know he's good, but like, it's funny because you don't know. And
yeah, right. I mean, like, you're not going to put bad stuff on Facebook and social media.
Yeah.
You're only going to put all the good shit.
But even when you text your boy, you're like, you text your friends and they're like, you good? You're like, yeah, I'm good.
Even if you're not.
But then it's like, well, you texted me. And then like, so say they find some shit out. It's like, well, you didn't ask me on the day I wasn't good. I was good today, you know? And so that's why I think the important part of this is like at the end here, it's just to be like, reach out to your dudes, but also to the dude that if somebody reaches out to you, be honest. Like, don't be like, yeah, I'm good. Like that two words.
It's true. Again, it's right. It's just being vulnerable and being able to admit like, hey, I'm not good.
Yeah. But yeah. And the thing is like have a longer conversation and then go see people. Cause I've noticed lately, I've been seeing more vets and it's different. It's different to just like on Messenger or on Facebook or on text or it's like, but I've been like calling people. I've talked to people. And so when you talk to people, you're like, oh shit. Then you get into some shit and then you're like, oh, and it's just like, it's a different conversation. It feels different. Like when you get off the phone with the vet, you're like, cool. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
But like when you text him, you're just like, oh, it's a different feeling. So, but anyway, man, I appreciate you doing this.
Oh, thanks for having me, Alex.
It was awesome. But anyway, guys, all right, I'm going to end this. I'll see the rest of y'all next week and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.